And then in 20, we can take Cochran's Road off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You had mentioned something earlier about Bluebird in that area. Is
Yeah,
that still on the what happened there?
Yeah, what happened with the ditch?
With the ditch.
What's the ditch like right now? That concerns me because there's the water issue there that's
That,
ruining the road pretty much. And I think
Yeah.
it could be fixed if we could just figure out a way to keep the water. It might just be a spring under the road too.
no,
Where they put the gravel alongside the road, sometimes it's mushy in there. There's a section probably 30 feet long where the water sits, and where that pond drains out, it goes out. So there's probably only a 20-foot section that if that were dug out, that part that the water's sitting would drain right where the pond does also. There's a drain that comes out of the
Yep,
pond and goes
yep,
down.
yep. Goes
And
down.
so it's just basically a high spot right there that holds all that water, and it stays there because of some springs up on the hill. So if that were just dug out for, again, I don't know, 20, 30 feet, it would open it up.
Put some number 2 stone in there that it can run through.
So you're just opening up a ditch and putting stone
That's
in it
really
then,
what it is.
right?
I think just the sediment came down, whatever, kind of plugged it up, so I think that's all it is. You know, I'm not a road guy, but I walk by there all the time, and it seems like that would keep it draining properly.
it seems that where the water comes out of that culvert from the pond is lower than the end where it's supposed to go out, up where it turns onto Bluebird, where the culvert goes under the road. So that's why water sits there.
No, where that comes out from the pond, it does drain down. It's, as you're looking at that drain pipe that comes out of the pond, to the left is where it's
Oh, yeah.
uphill a little bit, that's where the water's sitting. So just kind of from the pipe 20 feet over is where it's kind of built up. So again, if that were dug out, because that pond does drain down and go down under the road,
Okay.
down a little further.
And that culvert isn't plugged?
No, that drain's all good. Like I say, I think kind of up on that hill, I think there's some springs, and that's what's draining down into the stagnant water. And it doesn't drain enough. And again, maybe a 20-foot section that if it could be dug out,
They need to go
Big
We should
issue.
go look at it,
Yeah.
because it's concerning, because if it is springs and the water's not getting away, then it's soaking under the substrate of the road.
yeah, because
When it freezes, it'll break the road up.
Yeah.
it's mushy right along the road sometimes when we get,
If he's out in the area sometime,
Yeah.
something
I'll
else
talk to
going
him.
on, yeah.
He was gonna look at it last year and then we never did. So after,
So that shouldn't be a big fix financially, right?
No, I wouldn't think so.
So that you wouldn't have to move it out to 20 or 21, you could probably do it
so
sooner.
that's why
Right?
I'll get a price on it and do that separate. We can do that separate.
You know, if he's out and about
Yeah,
with a piece of equipment, he can stop in there and you're looking at an hour's job.
it'll take longer to get it off the trailer.
truly, yeah.
So we're looking at, in 2019, the chip sealing, and then possibly patching Zion by the cemetery.
Okay.
That's 19?
Yeah. And when we do our work next year, if we have the finances, when we do the other part of Zion and we can fit that in, we'll catch it then.
Okay.
And then looking at Island and Thayer is the worst of what we have left, correct?
Probably. And I'm assuming that Island gets more traffic than Thayer.
I don't know.
I would think so. I would think
Yeah,
so.
because you got people going in
Peter
and out
doesn't
of
go
the
anywhere.
out
Well, it
of
goes to Princess Point.
A lot of people go down there and defay that cross. There's more traffic on that.
Is there?
I would think. Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
just think of
But
the
you,
people
but all
using
the
it to
campground
fix it.
people go on islands, so that makes,
Right.
that's probably more traffic.
Theirs got the same problems as B tents.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing.
There's
It's poured on a
springs.
swamp,
Yeah.
And there's springs under it.
laying there on top of the swamp.
And probably in 21, figure seal coat all of Zion. We do this patching and then seal coat the whole thing.
Yeah, at some point you have to, yeah.
Seal coat Zion and Tamarack.
Tamarack, yeah.
We'll put it in our plan, you know.
We're in Marion for
We gotta find out how much of it is ours. And, we'll put that in 2020 though. And that's one that we may have to do emergency work before that there by Larry's, because that's really bad. And at some point, we're probably gonna have to do some more work on Carlin Trail.
Now, which one? That's the one that's Bluff Street in the village,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Put that in 2021.
Just north of where we did those repairs before, we got a spot there that's gonna be a fee.
Gotcha.
Did they, sweep Parkville?
Tomorrow. They're renting a sweeper because they never did get theirs fixed. So now he's decided, since they're putting this much money in it, they're gonna put all new seals in it and make sure everything's fixed on it at once, so they're gonna rent one for sweeping.
Where did North Blue Spring Lake Drive come out?
It hasn't.
2020.
2020.
We pretty much got that all done, don't we? I mean, our road list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in 2022, I'll put everything that we don't have listed otherwise.
Yeah.
And I
That's
mean,
what we gotta do. We gotta get this caught up, or we do have to get it caught up.
well, we're getting a little bit every year.
We're getting there, slow but sure, we're getting there.
And Greg told me when we were out here that we got some of the better roads in the county.
You wanna buy that? Go to Waterloo.
I buy it, I buy it.
Go to Lake Mills. Ask one.
I was out about Sullivan, and
Well, theirs really aren't all that bad.
they're worse than ours, but.
Some of them are. Any public comment?
I have been.
Everybody-
Thank you.
We thank you for your interest.
You asked me, I answered.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.